Hello, word everyone. I'm your host, Alex, and welcome to another episode dedicated to expanding your English vocabulary. Today's word is interment. Interment is a C1 level noun, and it means the act of burying the dead. It's a rather formal word, but understanding it can enhance your comprehension of literature, news reports, and more sophisticated conversations. So, what exactly does interment entail? Well, it's the process of placing a body in a grave or tomb. Think of it as the final act of laying someone to rest. You might hear it used in the context of funeral arrangements or historical accounts. For instance, the family requested a private interment following the memorial service. Now, let's explore some synonyms for interment. A close synonym is burial. For example, the burial took place at the family plot. Another synonym is inhumation, which is even more formal than interment. We could say, the inhumation rite was performed according to ancient traditions. Finally, consider entombment, which specifically refers to placing a body in a tomb. An example is the pharaoh's entombment was a grand spectacle. Now, let's look at antonyms, words that have the opposite meaning of interment. A direct antonym, though less common in everyday speech regarding human remains, is exhumation. This means to dig up a body that has been buried. For instance, the police ordered the exhumation of the body for further investigation. Another contrasting term, though not a direct antonym in the literal sense, is cremation. Instead of burying, cremation involves burning the body. An example would be, the deceased chose cremation over traditional interment. Thinking more broadly, the idea of disinterment, meaning to remove something from where it was buried or hidden, could be seen as an antonym, even if not precisely. For example, the archaeologists carefully planned the disinterment of the ancient artifacts. Now, let's see how we can use interment in everyday life. While you might not use the word interment in your daily conversations every day, understanding it helps you grasp the meaning of related terms and concepts. For instance, if you're discussing funeral arrangements with someone, you might hear them say, "We are making preparations for the interment next week." You could also encounter it in historical contexts when reading about ancient cultures and their burial practices. Learning about interment also sheds light on cultural traditions surrounding death and mourning. Here are a few more example sentences and phrases to solidify your understanding. The cost of interment can vary greatly depending on the cemetery. The solemn ceremony concluded with the interment of the ashes. He wrote a moving poem about the interment of his beloved pet. The location of the interment was a closely guarded secret. The family chose a simple interment with only close relatives present. To recap, interment is a formal noun that means the act of burying the dead. We explored synonyms like burial, inhumation, and entombment. We also looked at antonyms, including exhumation and cremation. Understanding interment enriches your vocabulary and helps you navigate more complex discussions and texts. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover the show and learn new words. And now, it's your turn. I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word interment and share it as a comment under the video. I look forward to seeing your creative examples.